Hello.
Hello.
I want to first start out by thanking everybody for inviting Konzelmann to present at this event. Konzelmann Estate Winery is the oldest winery currently operating in Canada. We opened in 1893 in Germany.
康兹曼酒庄呢是在目前为止尼亚加拉地区最老的一个酒庄。这个酒庄的渊源呢是来自于1893年的时候，德国的一家康兹曼酒庄。
Right now, it's five generations in. The gentleman on the screen right now, 5 generations in 1893, opened Konzelmann Estate Winery in a town called Stuttgart in Germany.
So 这个酒庄呢，它是1893年的时候在德国一家小城镇呢，就是首先开启。然后这位先生呢，就是最原始的一位康兹曼先生。然后他是第一人，就是开启康兹曼酒庄在德国。
In 1893, we had everything was transported by train. So everything around Europe. Konzelmann was one of the largest distributors in all of Europe for their wine. Mr. Frederick Konzelmann had a restaurant and also the vineyard. So what you see on the screen now is the transportation method. A few of the vineyard workers. On the far left-hand side there, you'll see Herbert's grandson. And everything was transported by animal and also by train.
在1893年的时候呢，欧洲这个地方，康兹曼酒庄是最大一家分销商。然后我们所有的运输呢，都是经过这样的火车传输的。还有这个是整个家庭的当时操作的一个场面。很多的那个运输呢，也是通过这个动物之类的来运输。所以您看到这在1893年，就100多年以前，这样的运输在当时是非常所谓先进的。现在看上去好像不怎么样，但是当时还是不错的。
Frederick Konzelmann is on the far right, and the reason why there's so many generations here is because it actually got handed down. The winery got handed down 5 generations down the line. This picture right here is in 1895, so shortly after the winery opened. That is the backdrop is the original winery in Germany. So you'll see the door on this winery, and the door on the winery in Niagara today was mimicked after that door. So it's very similar to that door. They wanted to keep the tradition alive.
就是您现在看到这个建筑的这扇门呢，它是非常有历史渊源的。这个是康兹曼酒庄经过了5代的传承。目前的康兹曼酒庄在尼亚加拉地区的门，跟100多年前的这个门是一模一样的建造方式。所以这个照片是在1895年的时候，第一家康兹曼酒庄建立之后就已经建造了。那么这个传统呢，这个门的这个设计传统呢，一直被传承了下来，一直到现在的康兹曼酒庄。
These are the last 3 generations of Konzelmann. So the gentleman on the far right is the current winemaker. He's almost 80 years old. He actually had a quintuple bypass. He had 5 arteries blocked. And he still works 6 days a week in the vineyard, 10 to 12 hours a day. Right beside that is his father, and on the far left from that is his great-grandfather. So his father is the last person to operate the vineyard in Germany. Herbert on the far right is the one that ended up bringing the winery to Canada.
就是图片的最右边的这位先生呢，就是我们现在的庄主Herbert Konzelmann。中间这位先生呢是他的爸爸，然后最左边这位先生呢是他的爷爷。那么中间就是他Konzelmann Herbert 的爸爸是最后一代在德国经营Konzelmann酒庄的。那么 Herbert 他在30多年前呢就移居加拿大，然后把这个德国的Konzelmann酒庄的技术和文化都带到了这边。
So now comes a story about moving to Canada. Herbert had a dream. He had a vision. Herbert is an avid traveler, and he enjoyed coming to Canada as part of his travels. Canada was his favorite country to travel to. He enjoyed the climate. He enjoys the mountains. He enjoys that there's 1,000 more sun hours in Canada than in Germany, and that was one of the main reasons for him to come to Canada.
Herbert 他本人呢有一个最大的酿酒梦，那么他发现了这个加拿大呢这边有1000多个小时，1000小时的阳光时间，就是 sun hour， 这个是非常对这个葡萄种植非常有利的，所以他从德国移过来的时候，他首先就会想到这个对于葡萄藤有利的这个阳光时间，所以那么1000个小时在这个葡萄酒的制作文化当中是非常重要的，所以当时他就是直接是选择了 Niagara region， 作为这个 Konzelmann 的立足处。
On his travels, he wanted to find the perfect spot. At that time, there was only 6 wineries in all of Ontario. So this is just in 1983. There was only 6 wineries in all of Ontario, and today there's over 170 wineries in Ontario. So being the number 6 winery, he wanted to come here and be the best. That's always been his vision. Is there's 2 things for him: high quality, fair price. That's his vision. The good thing about this is that in 1893, the winery was created. So there has been almost 100 years for them to build up their winery. When he came to Canada, he was able to purchase a property with no mortgage.
Konzelmann Mr. Konzelmann 就是 Herbert， 他到这边来之后呢，是1983年的时候成立的加拿大第一的 Konzelmann 酒庄。当时这个尼亚加拉瀑布地区只有6家酒庄，那我们就是第6家。但是现在呢，就是70多家、80多家了，就是每2年或者3年都会有一家新的酒庄开启。当时他过来的时候呢，他就会想到我要做这边最好的酒庄，因为每个人都有自己的梦想，所以这就是他的梦想。我要做这边质量最高的质量，但是最低的价格，这是他最初的梦想。
So that brought him to his property in Niagara-on-the-Lake. So even being the 7th winery to open in Ontario, he purchased the property right on Niagara-on-the-Lake, being the only vineyard on the lake in all of Ontario. To this day, he's still the only winery on the lake in Niagara. No other winery is on the lake. A few benefits to the lakefront. The reason why he wanted to come here, the soil being on the lakefront is very, very similar to Germany. He actually took the vines from Germany and he brought them here and planted them here. So some of the vines on the property are 100-year-old vines, and some are grafted from 100-year-old vines on the property. Another benefit to being on the property, you would think that the lake would be open to the elements. It's actually the opposite. The lake is a barrier. The lake will protect the vines.
这张照片呢，就是我们现在Konzelmann的这个景致。你也看到，它就完全是在 lake， 就是安大略湖的最前方。我们的酒庄呢是全省唯一的一家在这个湖边，您可以直接看到这个安大略湖的这么一个酒庄。当时Konzelmann先生过来了之后，他直接就选取了这样的景色，因为首先嘛，老婆很重要啊。这个的故事Peter 没有说，但是其实这个景致呢是为了他老婆而买的。那么再加上这个土壤，刚才Peter也说过了，这个土壤的结构呢跟德国的这个土壤结构非常相似，所以Konzelmann他从德国带了一些这个年轻的一些这种小的葡萄藤，直接种下去了之后，他们的收益是差不多的，所以它的这个土壤的这个化学元素也基本上构成相似，非常适合这个德国的一些葡萄的生长。第二个问题呢就是这个湖看上去好像是个非常宽广，也许这个气候不太适应这个葡萄生长，但是事实上呢，事实正好相反，这个湖呢它形成了一个天然壁垒，就是屏障，给这个所有的葡萄藤呢挡住了一些这个有害的温度或者是气候变化的一些元素。
So as I mentioned, in Germany is where they started. The roots in Germany are usually white wines. The Rieslings, the Gewürztraminer, very, very popular in Germany and German culture. When he came to Canada, he purchased the lakefront property, and that was very similar to German soil. Therefore, it was very good to grow white grapes, very good for growing white wines. In order to grow red wines, he purchased another property down the street off of the lake. So right now we own 45 acres on the lakefront, which produces fantastic white wines, and we also own 45 acres down the road on the east-west line off of the lake, with a different kind of soil, producing fantastic red wines.
刚才提到这个 Herbert 过来之后，他买下了这片地。那这片土地的它的元素非常适合这个白葡萄的生长，所以所有的这个雷司令或者是田洋子这两种，这些都是白葡萄的名字，一个品种的名字。从德国带过来的这两种白葡萄在这边生长非常健康。那么我们有45亩1英亩的这个土地呢，是在直接在安大略湖的正前方但是作为一个酒庄，我们当然不能只是靠这个白葡萄酒做白葡萄酒为名。那么我们还所以Konzelmann就决定了再买一个大概42英亩左右的一片土地呢，其实就在街对面，就是我们的酒庄的那条街的街对面是一个42英亩左右的红葡萄的土地。然后那个土地呢是非常适合各种各样的像梅洛呀、赤台珠、品丽珠之类的红葡萄生长，所以我们现在完全可以做到这个白葡萄、红葡萄两种葡萄酒的生产。
When he first started in Canada, he came with his son. So Herbert is married. Herbert has a wife. At that time, he had a son and 2 daughters. He came to Canada with his son to begin the winery. And as you can see, the logo on the right-hand side was the logo that he started with in Canada. It currently looks like it's a door with the Konzelmann Winery. 1893 is when it was founded, and it's a vision of the original winery. So when he came to Canada, he wanted to make it look exactly the same as what he had there. So you see on the left-hand side is in Germany. That was the original winery in Germany, and on the right-hand side is when he first came to Canada. So you still see the doorway, the arch, very similar looking doorway. That was the signature for the winery.
在前面这张图片里面呢，就是当这个 Herbert 过来的时候，他把他的儿子和妻子都带过来了，所以他们两个呢当时是携手酿酒。然后当时Konzelmann的这个 logo 呢，就是我们这个酒庄的品牌呢，就是这个门。之前在前面的一张图片里面，大家可能就是看到那个门的构造，它基本上就这样。然后呢，1893年呢，就是Konzelmann酒庄在德国第1年开始建造。第二张图片这里呢，就是左边这张图片，这是在德国的那个Konzelmann酒庄的前门。您看到这个，它的设计跟刚才的图片非常相似。那么右边这张图片呢，就是当 Herbert 第1年来到这里，刚刚建造这个酒庄的时候，他把这个建筑呢做成了非常相似的前门，就在这个地方，很小，但是基本上能看到这个基本的概念。
Konzelmann right now is the leading winery at most competitions. We just won at the Intervin competition. We came in 2nd place for wineries overall in all of Canada. So we're the 2nd runner-up in all of Canada for the wineries. We're the #1 ranked winery in all of Canada on TripAdvisor. And we are also the only winery ever to be in the top 100 for the Wine Spectator, and that's with our ice wine. Being on the lakefront, Konzelmann produces the best ice wine in the world. Our climate on the lake, like I mentioned with the soil and with the weather, being on the lakefront gives us an advantage over any other winery, and our climate in Niagara is great for ice wine. So not only does Niagara produce the best ice wines in the world, Konzelmann has one step up because we're on of our location on the lakefront, enabling us to produce the best ice wine in Niagara.
大家也看到这里有所有的奖牌，那么Konzelmann酒庄每年都会获得无数的这个奖牌，不仅是做葡萄酒上面的，也有这个我们的荣誉奖牌有很多。那么刚才 PJ 提到一个非常重要的概念，就是这个作为唯一一家冰湖酒庄 Lakefront， 我们直接就叫冰湖酒庄。作为唯一的一家冰湖酒庄，我们的这个气候条件和土壤条件呢，是整个尼亚加拉地区做冰酒最好的。那么这就为什么我们的冰酒呢连年获奖还有一个最大的优势呢，就是这个景致非常漂亮。 大家如果是以后有兴趣的话，我们可以就是邀请大家免费来参观我们的酒庄。就是刚才他提到了一个非常重要的概念。然后接下来我把画面上给 P 姐。
So you saw the original winery when they first moved to Canada in 1983. The winery has grown, as you can see. The right-hand side of the building is the original winery. The left-hand side, from the little doorway on, is the new winery. So they've made it, they quadrupled the size of the winery, and that has to do with things are changing quite a bit in Canada. Wine country has grown 45% in the last 10 years in Canada.
大家现在看到这张图片呢，就是我们现在的康泽曼酒庄的全景，这个建筑的全景。那么在这个图片的最右边，这里就是刚刚我们看过的那张，刚刚还在开始建设的这么一个区域，是康泽曼刚刚来到这边的时候建造的第一个小酒庄，它的这个 size 是差不多是这样的。然后我们从这个门中间呢，然后到左边，这是另外的，就后来重新开始建设的这个酒庄。那么它大概延伸了这个2倍多的空间。刚才毕竟说了，我们在这个Lakefront 就是湖滨酒庄，这个是非常重要的一个位置。但是整个尼亚加拉瀑布的这个葡萄酒产业呢，是扩张了45%，也就是说现在是一个不断增长的这么一个产业链。
I guess the biggest question now is why? Why is it expanding so much? Why has it grown 45% in the last 10 years? The main reason why is because our soil is now getting a lot more refined. We've been growing vegetables in Niagara for over 100 years. In Europe, we're talking about thousands of years. So people, when they think of European wine, they think of it as being better than a Niagara wine. The truth is that because our soil is still young, it's not a true reflection of where we are. Very few people know that if you draw a line, the latitude from Niagara to straight across, it goes right to Bordeaux, France. So our latitude is exactly the same as Bordeaux, France. Our climate, our weather, very, very similar to that. So the soil, the production, it's very similar to Bordeaux, France, and that's why Niagara is becoming a lot more of a wine-growing region.
这个45%连年增长的，就是10年之内连年增长这么一个产业链呢，完全是因为这个土壤的条件。尼亚加拉地区的土壤刚刚开始100年前基本上是种植蔬菜水果的。那么很多人就会想，这个欧洲葡萄酒难道不比我们这边好很多吗？所以刚才 PJ 他就解释了，它的土壤条件其实是成分是差不多的，再加上我们在这个地球纬度上面基本上是相似，我们的纬度差不了5到10度左右，大家可以就是之后到地球上去看一看，就是我们的纬度相差也就是5到10度左右，这个区间并不是能够改变这个天气或者是气候状态的，所以在这个葡萄酒生产的这种条件下，我们跟欧洲呢并不是差很多，而且我们是在这个刚才 PJ 他没有提到英文，就是我们是在一个 cool climate area， 就是我们这个地方呢，它是一个天然的非常良性的这么一个气候，它更适合这一些尤其是波尔多，就是波尔多那个区域过来的葡萄的生长。
So, as you can see, we specialize, if you can see the first bottle on the bottom there, we specialize in ice wine. Ice wine is very unique to Niagara. It's grown in Germany as well, but when it came to Niagara, Herbert found a way to specialize. When you take 1,000 sun hours, that means that the grape is going to dehydrate, it's going to concentrate. If you add that to our climate, being a cold weather climate, you also get a heavier concentration and more opportunity to grow more ice wine. Ice wine takes 6 feet of vine, 6 feet to grow 1 bottle of ice wine. So to produce 1 bottle of ice wine is 6 feet of grapes. It has to be picked at -10 for 3 days straight. So in order to get the right climate, Niagara is the perfect fit for that. So again, It has to be picked at -10 for 3 days. If you wait till the 4th day, it's dried out so much there is no juice left. So it has to be perfect. Doesn't matter if it's at 2 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It has to be picked right at that second, or you'll miss out. The entire crop will be gone. Out of 1 grape, you get 1 drop of ice wine. 1 drop. That's it.
刚才 PJ 提到了一个这个酿造冰酒非常稀少的这么一个酿造技术。冰酒呢，大家都可能会原来认为是加拿大就是独有的，这个概念是从德国带过来的，就是第一个冰酒的生产呢是在德国。那么接下来呢 ，PJ 刚才说到了一个这个冰酒生产的这么一个概念，-10°C就是采摘冰酒葡萄最高的温度。那么这个冰酒葡萄呢，并不是说您一看到-10°C就可以立马采摘，必须要等到3天之后，也就是说第1天、第2天全冻住了，第3天也是保持在-10°C左右的温度，在第3天，不管是半夜2点、半夜5点，他说下午3点，只要那个温度只要在-10°C以下，第3天的时候必须采摘，因为等到第4天的时候，葡萄都干掉了，这样的话就没有什么汁水。然后您当天采摘的时候，当天压榨。一颗葡萄只能榨取1滴冰酒的那个葡萄汁，1滴就是非常小的1滴。这个是什么概念呢？就是说，一般一颗葡萄如果是在正常的温度下，您可以得到这个5到6滴的生产这个一般葡萄酒的这么一个数量，可能5到6滴的汁水。但是作为冰酒的葡萄，有的时候甚至2颗葡萄才能压榨出1滴汁水来，所以它是一个非常高度浓缩的这么一个产制的一个过程。还有刚才 PJ 提到的很重要的概念，就是说 6 foot，so 我们就是说大概6英尺这么长的这么一个葡萄糖呢，才能够产出1小瓶冰酒。冰酒的标准的含量是200毫升1瓶，那是标准量。有一些冰酒的厂家可能产一些375毫升，甚至于1升的冰酒，那样的量的话，基本是大概要求5到6根这种。6英尺长的这样的葡萄糖才能够产制出来，当然它的成本也会超级高，这是现在目前为止基本概念。
So, not only do we make a white ice wine, we also make a red ice wine as well, our Cabernet Sauvignon ice wine. Much harder to make. The Vidal ice wine is very common in Niagara. Vidal is a very easy grape to grow. So when you want a grape to continue all through the winter, you need a grape that's going to resist as much of the climate as possible. And the Vidal is a very strong grape. The Cabernet Sauvignon is a very delicate grape. So when you get Cabernet Sauvignon ice wine, it's usually more expensive. It takes a lot more work, and you have usually very little crops with that.
就是现在我们图片上展出的就是Konzelmann酒庄的各种各样的酒。那么其中呢，左边第2瓶这个呢就是这个产区非常普遍的一个维达尔冰酒，那叫 Vidal， 就是这个白葡萄的品种，那叫维达尔。这个品种在这个区域内呢，它是非常容易生长的，所以就大家基本上都是种着这个品种来酿造冰酒的葡萄。右边倒数第2瓶呢，这个红色的这个呢，就是 Cabernet Sauvignon ice wine。然后这个叫赤霞珠，在中文里面叫赤霞珠，大家会觉得为什么就是一般的红葡萄冰酒会比白葡萄冰酒要贵很多？首先呢，是因为这个红葡萄的品种比较难种，它比较对这个温度气候什么的，就是它的反应要稍微更敏感一点，很难种。其次，它的成本，这个种植的成本呢，当然是比较高，所以为什么很多这个红葡萄冰酒会比白葡萄冰酒要贵一点？有一些品丽珠的葡萄酒冰酒。那么我们庄呢酿的是赤霞珠的冰酒和维达尔冰酒2种品种。
At Konzelmann, we produce over 30 different kinds of wine. And again, going back to it, being opened in 1893, we were able to come to Canada and purchase the property outright. So therefore, we don't have the big overhead of other wineries. If you open a winery today, well, you know how much real estate's gone up just in the last couple of years. But if you purchase a winery today and you want to be successful, you have to charge $30, $40, $50 a bottle in order to make the same margins that we were able to do at Konzelmann. So being the 7th winery to open in Ontario, you have the benefit of getting a $13, $14, $15 product that continuously wins awards and we make the same margins. As mentioned, Herbert's in the vineyard 6 days a week usually. He takes Sundays off. 6 days a week for 12 hours a day. He has his daughter that runs the current production. He has his other son-in-law that runs the HR. So it's a full family-run winery, and that enables us to purchase a wine that's a fair price for everyone and still maintain a very high quality.
刚才说了一个概念，就是葡萄酒庄的这个概念。作为这个葡萄酒庄的这么一个产业，前面刚才他就是说到这个成本的问题，成本和这个经济的问题。那么最前面的4、5年是不会见到任何这个经济收入的，这一点刚才没有提到，但是据我的了解是这样。为什么呢？就是第一，您要考虑这个种植葡萄的成本，还有它的回收，就是您每次收完葡萄之后，可不可以酿造这葡萄酒？所以基本上前面4、5年基本上是一直在往外丢钱的这么一个生意。那从第6年左右才可以开始见到回民的这个成本。那我们这个酒庄Konzelmann，因为它建造的比较久了，就是30多年，那么现在基本上是属于一个比较成熟的这么一个生产过程。不管是从酿酒师本人就是我们的庄主，你也知道，就是我们是一个家族企业，所以庄主本人的女儿呢就在我们的庄里边就是打理各种各样的生意了。那他的这个妹夫，他也是在庄里打理这个人力啊这样的产业，所以这个家族产业呢是目前为止发展的比较好的。我们庄大概目前为止是有30多种不同的葡萄酒，每年都有生产，而且是每年不间断的生产。这个跟这个酿酒的团队和我们这个整个销售团队的努力都离不开的。
So one of the main reasons that Niagara is increasing as well, it's actually increasing. There's over 700 wineries in Canada now. There's over 700 wineries in Canada, and usually split. If you average out how much wine we produce, it's about 60% red and 40% white. It used to be the opposite. It used to be 60% white and 40% red. The reason for this is because of the health benefits of red wine now. There's been a lot of studies done recently about the health benefits of red wine. There's an antioxidant called resveratrol. Resveratrol. And that antioxidant is found only in red grapes. Now, the difference between making a red wine and a white wine, when you make a white wine, you take the grape, you press it, and the juice goes into the tanks to ferment. When you make a red wine, you pick the grapes, you put the whole grape, including the skin and everything, you put the whole grape into the fermentation tank, you let it soak in the skin of the red grape, you let it soak, and that's what gives it the color. So if it sits in the tank for a short period of time, it'll be a lighter red. If it sits in the tank for a longer period of time, it'll be much darker. And that skin contact, that's where the resveratrol lies. That's where it sits. It's inside of the grape, inside of the skin of the grape. So the red wines have been a lot of studies have been done to show that the health benefits of the red grape are much more than the white.
现在加拿大有700多家这个葡萄酒庄这个产业也非常大。大家会觉得为什么现在饮用葡萄酒成为这么一个流行的这么一个文化元素？之前大概是60比40的白葡萄酒跟红葡萄酒的这么一个生产的比例。比如说，可能10多年前，可能就是60%的白葡萄酒，那40%的这个红葡萄酒生产量，在整个加拿大地区。那现在呢，正好是反过来了，60%的红葡萄酒生产量，40%的白葡萄酒生产量。刚才 PJ 呢提到了一个刚才PJ 提到了一个白藜芦醇的这么一个概念，可能大家下来也自己会有了解到，这葡萄酒中间有这么一个元素叫白藜芦醇，这个东西呢，它只是在这个红葡萄的这个皮和种子里面也会有产生，酿酒的这个区别就是红葡萄酒必须要整个的葡萄都放到那个tank， 就是我们的酿造的那个大的那个桶里面去进行酿造。白葡萄酒呢，您只要把那个汁榨出来，然后酿造那个汁就够了，所以它没有进行任何的这个种子和这个葡萄皮的这么一个接触，所以这就为什么红葡萄酒它对这个身体的好处稍微多一点，因为它的 含这个葡萄皮儿和种子中间那个白藜芦醇的稍微高一点点。很多研究，全世界基本上所有这个健康的相关的一些大学或者是医学院什么的都会有做这个这样的研究，就说这个红葡萄酒对心血管好啊，没有说具体有多好，但是事实上这个东西它是有一定的影响的，影响的程度呢也是不太一样。还有一个问题平时没有说到的，就是我们喝酒每天饮酒的这个量是跟这个健康是非常相关的。那中间有一个这个单元含量，就是酒精度，可能大家会觉得这个喝酒对健康不是非常好怎么地的。但是因为您的这个肝脏消化这个酒精，它是需要有一定时间，每一天大概可以，男士的话可以消耗3到4个单元的这个酒精含量，女士的话就2到3个单元。那么一个单元呢，大概相当于10毫升或者8克的这么一个纯的酒精度。那2到3个单元对于女士来说，也就是说，一般一个大杯大概250毫升左右的红葡萄酒这么一个量。那男士呢，可能稍微多一点点，和1杯半一点。每天只要在这个量以下，它对健康是非常有好处的，因为你的肝脏可以完全把它转化吸收掉。这是刚才之前没有提到的一个元素，但是总的来说呢，没有错，就是红葡萄酒它的健康元素要稍微高一点点。
So to close out, I'd like to invite everyone here to Konzelmann Estate Winery. I'm going to, we have a card for everyone that's in the audience today. I also want to, I'll hand out business cards as well. If you can email me directly, there's never a charge for any of you to visit our winery, and we'll provide you with complimentary tastings for you and your entire group when you come down to Konzelmann. I really appreciate you bringing us here, and I look forward to seeing you at Konzelmann very soon.
提到了，请大家就是随时到我们Konzelmann酒庄来进行参观，我们也可以给大家这个免费品酒，所有大家带来的朋友家人我们都不会收费你们任何一位都可以随时过来，然后待会儿呢我们会给每一位参与的人士呢今天递上一张这个免费参观和免费品酒这么一张卡。那每一位呢，就是如果想来之前呢，就是给我们发个邮件，然后做一个注册。那待会儿呢，他会把这个名片也发给大家，所以大家或者是大家登录这个Konzelmann Estate这个网站上呢，是去做一个预约。这样的话，我们带大家参观，免费参观，谢谢。
我们非常感谢他们2位的演讲。然后现在呢，我们现场呢可以给他们发问2个问题如果有问题的话，因为我们专家过来机会很难得所以有觉得有什么要现场讨教的话，我们现在可以开放2个问题给大家来提问。OK。
一个问题，我想请问一下，就是说我们你们这个 Ice Wine 为什么是Niagara on the Lake 会比其他的，就刚刚我跟你们讨论过，为什么会比其他的，比如说德国啦，比如说温哥华啦的那种 ice wine 更好？What's different?
The reason why we're the best in Niagara is because of our climate. Second to none, it's because of our climate. Our soil is very young, which is okay for ice wine, because the main thing for ice wine is the sun. We have 1,000 more sun hours than Germany. So once again, the sun will dry up the grape. What you want for ice wine is concentration. Very important for ice wine is to get the grape as concentrated as possible. The sun, like anything, you take a grape and you let it sit out, it turns into a raisin, it concentrates. So that's what you want. You want the grape to concentrate as much as possible. And by having our climate in Niagara, which we don't have anywhere else in wine country, anywhere in the world, it's going to concentrate more than anywhere else, and it's going to produce a sweet nectar because you're only going to get 1 drop out of the bottle.
这里有个气候条件的这么一个非常关键的要素，就是整个全球整个葡萄生产区，只有尼亚加拉地区呢有这个1000天的这个阳光日，对，1000小时的阳光日谢谢。这个时间是非常关键的要素，就是说它可以让这个葡萄呢，就是干到一定的程度， 不管是温哥华还有欧洲、德国，就是这些地方呢，他们的阳光小时并没有那么多，所以这1000个阳光小时对于这个冰酒的产量呢是非常关键的。这个葡萄它需要先就是干掉了，收缩了之后，您才可以榨出那种非常浓缩的那种精华汁来。不能太干，但是它必须要先干一下，收缩一下，这是非常关键的。这就为什么整个尼亚加拉地区能够酿出全世界最好的冰酒。
另外一个因素也是因为climate的因素。
对，
在那个Monster的时候，跟他讲Monster是最好的一个气味。
对。
所以说产生出来这葡萄，那个爱出来是最好的。
对，没错。
谢谢。
不客气。
我们非常感谢那个尤会长的那个提问哈，然后我们现在再发问另外一个提问哈，那个后面的那个小姐，我刚刚看她提的比较早哈。
我想请问一下哈，那个红酒你们是怎么保存？比如说我们开了一瓶红酒没有喝完呢，是需要放冰箱的。还有呢，那个红酒如果没有喝完，可以放几天之内喝完是最好的。
So a bottle of wine, any wine that's not ice wine will last for about 2 weeks. Ice wine will last for about 2 weeks in the fridge because of the sugars inside of the wine. So the more sugar in a wine, the longer it will stay good. Red wine, not so much. Red wine's only going to last a few days, at optimal, 3 days for red wine. If you remove the air out of the bottle and you seal it somehow, then it's going to last up to 5 days at optimal. For me, I drink red wine. So it doesn't matter. But to stay the best, it's 3 to 5 days. 3 days if you don't take out the air, 5 days if you do take out the air.
Should we put it in the fridge or just in the fridge?
It's not going to make a difference. For that purpose, to save it, it doesn't make a difference if it's in the fridge or not in the fridge. No.
再加一点，就是刚才说到这个红酒和冰箱的保存，尽量不要把红酒放到冰箱里面。因为红酒它要求的是室温保存，如果放到冰箱里面去呢，有一个概念叫 bottle shock， 这个是在酿酒的时候会产生的，同时呢，也是在您打开这个葡萄酒之后，它也会产生这么个 bottle shock。那比如说我有一瓶就非常好的，可能价值几千欧的这样的一个红酒，忽然一下有一天我打开了，那么我把它放冰箱里去，它这个价值会直线下滑。为什么？它有这个氧气在里面了。然后您把它放到冰箱里，它的温度对这个葡萄酒酒体进行了破坏，所以它的价值会直线下滑，可能就最后就是变成几十块钱的这样的酒。所以这个东西非常重要，就是尽量不要把红酒放到冰箱里面去。基本上室温20度到22度左右，摄氏度左右可以保存这个红酒。那么唯一有2种红酒是不一样的 ，Pinot Noir 黑皮诺 ，Malbec 这2种红酒呢是可以放在冰箱里面保存的。但是温度不能超过就是不能低于10度，10到15度左右可以，但是10度以下就不可以了。听懂吗？不是 Merlot， 是 Malbec 是另外一种红葡萄的名字就是不是一般的我们喝的 Merlot， 就是梅洛嘛，梅洛是非常梅洛是室温条件下的红酒，不要放在冰箱里面就是保存。这样的话，20到22摄氏度红葡萄酒的这个保质3到5天。刚才他都有提到一个就是项目，他们有提到一个橡木桶的概念，但是如果一瓶红葡萄酒在橡木桶里待过3到5年，它可以保证，就是说您打开瓶盖之后可以保存5天左右，5天到6天左右，6天最多了，不能再多出。但如果一瓶红葡萄酒在橡木桶里只待过半年到1年的时间，你打开它就尽量当天把它喝完了，因为对这个它一旦氧化了之后，它的那个整个的酒体质量就会下滑。对，不客气。
我们非常感谢各位的踊跃发问但是时间有限我们如果有其他的问题的话，我们可以写电子邮件给酒庄，他们会给你们回答。然后剩下呢，我们呢非常感谢我们2位嘉宾的到来，所以呢，我们呢有一个感谢状呢要颁给你们，我们请会长过来颁感谢状。谢谢。 我们再一次感谢两位贵宾的到来啊，还有这么精彩的那个演讲，给我们各位解答很多问题。然后呢，他呢刚刚也说了，他待会呢还会有给我们一些现场来宾不要走的，他待会还会给我们现场来宾每个人一个免费的那个品酒卡哈。所以呢，我们就稍微期待一下，然后接着下。